One. All right, welcome to episode 167 of Those Millennials podcast. Today I'm your humble, grateful, extremely thankful host, Kev Classic. I'm here with my nearest and dearest, my boys and friends in real life. Rell's here. Rell, how you doing? How's your mental health? How's your pockets?
Gucci, man.
And the people's favorite guest is returned. Clips, how you doing? How's your mental health? How's your pockets?
Thanks for having me back, fellas. I'm doing well. I can't complain.
Yeah.
Got one more week of summer camp left. Pockets is I've been spending money on stuff I shouldn't have been spending money on. But we here. I'm only human. It's YOLO. We only live once.
Right. Like I said, we'll get to the part where I think we only got like 11 more years on this earth, but we'll get to that. So up
I
top,
don't want to hear your grimness.
I'm gonna say it anyway. So up top, I want to start with some somber news. I want to get it out of the way. Obviously, I want to say rest in peace to Pee Wee Herman, aka Paul. I always forget his last name. How you say his last name? Yeah. I want to say rest in peace to him, legend. Yesterday I rewatched Pee Wee, the Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
Big Adventure.
Yeah,
love that
yeah. I didn't know that his show, after the success of the first Pee Wee Herman movie, won like 5 Emmys on daytime TV. His Pee Wee's
Playhouse.
Playhouse, yeah, won 5 Emmys.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was fire.
I wasn't aware of that. I was not aware of his game.
Oh, bro, I used to watch that shit.
Really?
Lawrence Fishburne used to be.
What channel was that on?
Fuck. When we were kids, that was coming on. Oh my God! It used to come
if you can
on.
remember, but
yeah. Anyways,
yeah, if you can remember while we talking, but yeah, I just want to say rest in peace to him, legend. I also noticed people when people pass, people always do this thing where they have to bring up the negative
all
stuff.
the wild shit.
Yeah, we're
Every
just
time.
like, yeah, we know he had issues with substance at one point, and then like people started bringing up the allegations about sexual with children, right? That was a thing too, but those were dropped in 06. I don't know why. Never do anything bad, because for whatever reason the smear never comes off. Like for whatever reason, people still take that, and like the charges were dropped as far as I saw in 06. So I don't know why people still look at him in that light, but it is what it is. Also
a lot of people don't follow court cases.
Yeah,
they only follow the bad news.
They follow the bad news, and no matter what, it sticks. Like it just sticks with them. You can't do anything about it. It just doesn't come off. So like again, don't break the law. Apparently, and then R.I.P. to Angus Cloud as well. Obviously he was popular for playing I forget the name of the character, but he was a drug dealer on Euphoria.
Fez.
Fez, there it is. I wanted to say Fez, but the only Fez I remember is the Fez from that 70s show.
That 70 show.
Yeah, I'm about to say the Fez I remember is that 70s show. But yeah, to me, by far the best character besides Zendaya's character. Like, question for you guys, because this happened as well too. How do you guys feel about when somebody passes and we don't know how, but the media makes assumptions on how it happened, right? Because like obviously they mentioned that like a week or two ago he lost his father, right? And then right after the story, because I think his mom and his family left a message, left a press release saying that, he was struggling with his father's death, and then they just said that they didn't say it, but they inferred that he self-transitioned without saying it. I don't know why. Again, it's their business, but I don't know why media outlets would like to do shit like that. I think it's very weird, especially if we don't know how he passed. I mean, obviously, the only people who know is his family. I think that's weird. But I digress. 25 years old. He seemed like he was a very, very, very talented actor. He looked like he was going to do a lot of more successful things. And yeah, R.I.P. Nobody has anything to say about that? No?
I didn't watch Euphoria, so I don't have
Really? Okay.
many words. But I just always think it's unfortunate when we got young people passing so early, due to unforeseen circumstances. So
100%. It sucks. It sucks. All right, but as I always do at the top, I want to just say thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys. Our audio listeners, shout out to you guys. You guys are doing a really good job. For those who don't want to see our ugly mugs, that's fine. I appreciate it. For those who just like to listen on audio and while they're working, cleaning, shout out to y'all. Thank you. But for those who watch on YouTube, shout out to you guys as well. I don't want to single nobody out. But please don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe. Some of you guys who are watching on YouTube aren't subscribed. So please don't forget to subscribe. It helps the pod go a long way. All right. So obviously on this episode, we're going to talk boxing. We're going to talk about a fight that really wasn't a fight. We're going to talk about, I'm going to just go ahead and say it, probably one of the best produced albums of the year, but we'll get to that. And we're going to get to the not list. So first, we're going to start with the not list. For those who are new here, welcome. The not list is compiled of a list of stuff that I've compiled throughout the week, and we're going to talk about it. So first, I want Clips to talk about. I'm going to give you this whole space to talk about this Lizzo thing because I don't have the bandwidth, and this is relatively recent, and every day different news comes out. So go ahead, and then number one of not list goes to you, Clips.
Oh man, so number one on the not list that we're not going to talk about is Lizzo and her strange way of treatment to the people who have supported her for many years and as her dancers. She's had some incidents where right now she was having them eat bananas out of vaginas in Amsterdam of sex workers. She now has body shaming her dancers on her list. The lady who was directing her documentary was feeling more so lack of respect and also feeling like she, quote unquote, being too much a diva and was hard to work with. Then I
The
mean,
word
you
was
go back to
bully. The word was
yeah,
bully. Don't
bullying.
use my word that I used. Keep going though.
I was trying to be PC. I don't know how many internet bullies we have who watch your pod. So,
Yeah, I guess so.
so yes, bullying was the big thing. Body shaming was the big thing.
How can Lizzo
And
body shame though? And again, I don't have no sides because I'm not I don't even know what Lizzo's hive's called. But
the
and we don't body
flutes.
shame on this podcast. We love all women and men in all shapes and sizes. It is what it is, but you do what you want to do. All I got from what you just said is so the banana in the V thing. Can somebody make you do that?
Hey,
Yeah. It's
peer
coerced.
pressure is peer pressure, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm just asking a question. I'm legitimately asking a question. Can somebody make you do that?
Hey man, I heard the 70s was a wild time, and I know some people locked up for saying that people made them do things.
Okay. And everything else you told me was just like she sounds just like a diva to me. Or just like
That's not a diva. That's nasty. She needs to go
no,
to
okay. So obviously, if okay, so I saw the video that the Shade Room posted of one of the young background dancing women was suggesting that not okay. I don't want to suggest because I don't want to deprecate her and say that what she's saying is lying, but she was saying that Lizzo was basically grilling all of them because and she singled her out because she gained some weight. But like Lizzo's whole image is body positivity.
Thank you.
Her whole image is body positivity. So I don't want to call this lady a girl a liar unless she's just friend, unless Lizzo's been friend this entire time, which I don't know. I ain't there, but it's just that this is very weird to me.
look, and on the side of, you know, being she's unapologetic, right? And she's
Yeah.
not ashamed to be in the skin that she's in. It makes it hard when stuff like this comes out, which is complete opposite of,
The image she's
she's
portraying.
got on her platform and talked about how those type of things have deeply hurt her when people have done it. Like she stopped doing music for a minute because that type of thing, right? Then when we started seeing her again, she was outside at the Lakers game with little
And
to no
that's what
clothes
everybody
on.
brings up. That's it. No,
Well,
nobody
because
wants to
that
let
I
that go,
think
especially Rell. Rell doesn't want to let that go either.
well,
What you talking
I
about?
think
I
that's the
said that was
beginning
cool.
of all of
I know
this.
I'm
I
fucking with
think that moment is the beginning of everything that's currently happening right now. So
you. Okay.
I
it's
mean,
unfortunate, right?
I just want to add this. Like she was on the way, and and like as far
What do
as
you mean by that? Well, she was on the way. What does that mean?
like she was on the way to a level of stardom, like like
Oh,
bigger than this.
she's a
And
star.
I mean,
She's still a
she's
star.
no, she's still a star, but I mean, like she's in Target. She has to deal with Target. Like she has big deals with big companies.
Yeah.
That I'm just ultimately wondering how it's going to play out long
Well,
term.
I saw everybody saw that Beyonce took her off of I can't remember the
Oh
name of it.
Yeah,
damn! If
Beyonce,
Beyonce took you off,
yeah, that's the first step.
Is that the
Whoa,
first step?
yeah,
yeah.
yes,
Once
yes.
B gone, it's out.
She B took her
Be
off
out,
of
I'm
You
out.
Won't. So I remember now. B took her off of the You Won't Break My Soul remix and replaced her with Britney Spears, if I remember correctly off the top of my dome.
Hey, go ahead, Brittany.
Hey
Brittany
man,
crazy ass out there on the song.
stop it.
Conservatory shit. Conservatory shit.
Anyway.
Remember that she moves like that. Never
Don't do that.
mind.
All right. So,
Anyways,
will you have anything else to add, man?
no, I was
Nothing.
just gonna say like the the only fucked up shit about this situation is it's only going to get worse. One dancer comes out, how many more dancers are about to come out? So how many other people has over the years that she's worked with are about to start saying stuff? And that's the unfortunate piece. Like when y'all talking about her being a brand, right? And then she's a brand, and then now she's been representing brands, and then Beyonce is a big fucking brand. If
Yeah.
she cuts with you, like that's like losing your Nike shoe endorsement. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's big. That's big.
No,
So
it's definitely big, 100%. Um, yeah. So this is one we gotta. This is like a TBD to be continued because I don't think she, like you said, there's still going to be more coming out of this story, and thoughts and prayers to all that's involved. We move on.
she'll be all right.
Damn, there was one more thing I wanted to add, but now I forgot. All right, all right. Number 2 on the not list. Let's go ahead and get these. All right, so this was kind of surprising to me. So obviously we've been a couple pods ago we talked about how the ESPN was doing their firings.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
So now so when that happened, we know JVG is gone and Jalen Rose they're starting to clean complete house as far as their NBA coverage. Because I thought Mark Jackson would just be demoted to like maybe their second string, but now they completely cut ties with Mark Jackson. He's no longer working for ESPN as well. So it looks like they're completely going forward with the
Why
Doris
does this
Burke.
shit keep happening to Mark Jackson? Like this guy, he shows up to work and does great fucking things,
I
and
don't
he
know,
keeps
man.
losing his job on account of some weak shit.
I don't know. I
This is crazy.
I I think he did some summer league coverage too, if I remember correctly. Ro, do you remember?
Yeah, he
I think
did.
he
He
did some
did.
summer league
He did the
coverage.
main. He did the main Wimby game.
Yeah, I think he did some summer. So it's very weird how ESPN is doing these firings. Because I thought again, I just thought Mark Jackson was going to be demoted because he's younger me really like Mark Jackson as far as watching the game, and he's fine, but like he doesn't do it for me that much. But I know he's still really good at the job. I know like he's still really good. And when Mark Jackson does a game, it if he's sitting next to Blake Breen, it does still feel like a bigger game. Um
It just feels like
Now,
they're just doing shit to be doing shit because as much as they're gonna build around Doris and Doc, there's other games, you know. You have double hitters, you know, and you know, so
oh, well, you know, JJ is getting a big lucrative contract. Like
I mean,
JJ's like one of their guys now too. Now,
I'm just glad.
Fuck,
I
dude,
mean,
that's crazy, man.
even though we're gonna talk about this other network, I'm just glad. I just wish that other networks would be more competitive and like as far as ESPN hoard shit, it puts out bad product and doesn't even know. Like I really feel like everybody who leaves from there has so much to say about all the shit that goes on, and I know that because I don't know if it's Disney being the issue behind all the changes, but at the same time, I feel like ESPN is losing a lot of its luster. The fact that like now
Well,
Fox Sports One is now past it now in ratings, you know.
I didn't see
wasn't
that.
it
Is that
primarily
real?
too?
Yes, you can find that's now. Yeah, this is now it's now the most watched sports,
Shout out to them.
you know, TV channel.
Well, wasn't also the big of that cut because they gave Barstool or they bought out Barstool and started putting everything Barstool related inserted of all production?
That might have been.
I mean,
Yeah, like
it was the Barstool purchase, but I mean, but they didn't purchase everything there. The biggest purchase was the McAfee deal. That's who they really
okay.
wanted. They just wanted McAfee, and that's what they got. So now they're gonna put
They're
McAfee
putting
in.
so much money behind their football coverage just to have ESPN only has Monday Night Football and Thursday night, right?
You know, Prime,
Didn't Amazon usually
Amazon
do
Prime,
Thursday?
Amazon Prime got Thursday nights.
Yeah.
So they're putting a lot of coverage just to have Monday Night Football.
Well, you gotta understand. At the end of the day, that's still you're gonna get a 3 point something million viewers
No, I know, no, yeah,
on a
like you
Monday
have to
night.
treat. I mean, Monday Night Football is still Monday. Like Monday, the brand of Monday Night Football, they could put the Texans
I mean, you
and the
got
Cardinals out there, and people are gonna
Sioux
watch
Falls
the game,
IQ
and they'll at least check
watching.
into the first quarter, in the first half, and see what's going on, and be like, all right, this ain't nothing to watch.
Well,
That's
luckily,
the brand of Monday Night
I've
Football.
tapped out on ESPN for most of this shit because like they don't really have many people I want to hear from. If I do, I listen to the pod. So, or a pod that person does.
Yeah, so Mark Jackson left a really like heartfelt message on his Instagram and I think it was on Twitter, or I'm sorry, X, formerly known as Twitter. Um,
Hey, my Twitter hasn't changed to X. I still got the blue bird on my phone.
don't update your phone. Anyway,
I'm gonna keep it forever.
yeah, so it's interesting. I wonder what Mark Jackson's gonna do. I wonder if he still wants to pursue broadcasting, if he chooses to go to TNT or any other name broadcasting. I don't know if
What
this is
is
like a legit rumor, so I didn't want to just come on here and say it, but like I saw that one of the independent broadcasters, like one of like the streaming ones, offered him like $1 million to broadcast it, but you know, we'll see how that goes. But shout out to Mark Jackson. I'm sure he'll land on his feet if he wants to pursue coaching, which I don't necessarily
please,
he wants to, but I don't know. Maybe he does.
please, somebody hire him.
All right, number 3 on the not list, and this one's relatively new because this just happened. So
Oh shit.
it's more in sports media. The airwaves has been a lot. That's interesting, Rell, that the statue said that FS1 has surpassed ESPN in coverage because Undisputed has not been back on air for like a month now since Shannon Sharp is gone.
Facts.
But now it's been reported that Lil Wayne is now going to be on Undisputed every Friday, which, again, I don't watch the show. So this does nothing for me, or I don't
Gonna
care.
hear Lil Wayne's frog voice every Friday.
But this is one of those things where it's like you're leaning too much and you're putting way too, because obviously this is a skip push. This is what happens, in my opinion, when you allow one person have so much power with a show like this. Obviously Skip Bayless, even when he was part of First Take, I've talked about this numerous times on here. He was the driving force for how the questions were answered. He was the reason why LeBron was 7 out of 10 topics when you watch First Take, and they were just worded to where Skip could do the Skip shit.
Jab at him.
And then obviously when he moved to FS1 and they gave him, I don't know, star wide receiver money. If I remember, I think they gave him like star wide receiver money. If I remember off the top of my dome, I was gonna say running back, but that's not the
Terrell Owens money.
Yeah, they gave him the bag. They gave him the bag. He got that came with more power, that came with more leverage, and obviously you give somebody with that ego that kind of bag, it just
Stop. We just not gonna shit on Skip. You may not like the product or what he says, but we just not gonna shit on like he didn't.
No, I'm saying he has too much power.
He's not a pioneer, but I mean, who the fuck?
No, he is a pioneer.
But who would you like him to delegate power to?
I mean, I
would like to see Wilds from First Things First have more power because
I don't want him on First Take.
No, I don't. No. That's not what I said.
No, I do like, but Wilds has some really good takes.
Power, like him having behind the scenes power, because he was one of the driving forces behind First Take. But him and Skip have a relationship.
But here's the thing: when you say Wilds have more power, but like, what's more power at First Take? On Undisputed. What's more power? Like, what's more power?
I feel like nobody can tell. I feel like nobody can tell Skip no on that show, and even Stephen A. Smith, who again I don't agree with all his decisions, and again I don't watch these shows so deeply. I really don't care. Even Stephen A. Smith says, "Well, while First Take is his show, but he says I do have bosses, and they will sometimes come and tell me." I don't know about this, Stephen A. Or straight up tell me like, "Yo,
trust me, if Stephen A. could get Skip Bayless's deal, he would take it in a heartbeat."
Oh fuck yeah,
sure, because that's a leverage play. I get it.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not really like a bad thing that Skip got.
But my point is, I don't think this is gonna go well. Lil Wayne, while he does have sports knowledge, okay, then that's my point. The product is gonna be awful on Fridays.
No, it's gonna be terrible.
It's not gonna be great. They still haven't announced officially who's gonna take that seat Monday through Thursday. And it's supposed to come back like August.
Right.
Like
I really hope that it's
August.
not. I hope it's not. My huge thing with it is don't pin him up against someone who has already been his opposer. Like I get and I understand, like, let's put him with somebody like Richard Sherman who already don't like the nigga, right? I don't think that's good. If he could shit on someone that he was like, oh, you're a very close friend to me, and call him a less Hall of Famer on public TV, Richard Sherman might put feet and hands on him behind the scenes, and then it's over. Like, and a lot of people, Twitter and other podcasts have mentioned that they would like to see how strong that show is with him hosting the show with another white male instead of doing the show with a black male. Just to see if it's truly like the sports analysis really happening in his favor, where he knows what is going on, or if he's using somebody for what their accolades and achievements are. Because think about it. Shannon Sharpe, once he became a household staple, he boosted the show. Skip didn't boost the show.
Because people respected him. He was funny. He was charismatic. Like, Shannon took that ball and ran with it.
Yeah. And Skip needs a dancing partner that doesn't have to immediately be a nigga.
Right.
For lack of better terms.
I don't know if you guys saw, this was like a couple weeks ago, and obviously this will never happen because this man will never be able to sit across the table from him without slapping him. But on his podcast, I saw a clip of him. He was saying having Charles Barkley sit across from him, and we all know that that'll never happen in a million years. But it's just wouldn't.
But you got to. There needs to be more diversity.
He wants an athlete across from him because he feels like I'm trying to tell you, this man's ego is huge.
Yeah, son. I don't know. I just think that I get it. He wants an athlete across from him, and I get the necessary reasons why. But how much he shits on athletes, I I understand people getting the bag, but I don't know how much people are going to be able to like. He's going to every season of that show change a new host moving forward. Like Shannon was the most long term person for him.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
mhm.
If
See,
I was
Stephen
him,
A.
I
Smith doesn't sit across from the same person anymore. Like he said, he's like I like my little rotating cast. Like I'm not. I want
but
different
it
opinions. I
works.
want.
It works for their conversation, and it also humbles him more because when it was just him and one person, the humility
Well,
and
I
the
mean, he guess he
ego
has Mad
was
Dog,
high.
whatever day Mad Dog be on there, but I don't.
Oh yeah, Russo. But and I fuck with Russo and Stephen A. like clashing. Like I think that's good because they're both dogs in the game. Like they both, been around the block. So when it's Russo, Mad Dog, and JJ, it's a really good show. Because JJ is like, you old niggas don't know what you're not in tune with this. Let me help you out.
No, what JJ said about Pistol Pete, I'll never forget it. I'm with him 100%. Anyway.
See, look, there you go.
Until Jerry West came in and said, JJ Reddick, you are the plumber and the fireman of this generation.
Made more than all them niggas. Anyway.
Yeah, but we'll forget JJ Reddick. We'll never forget Jerry West.
Rell, you got it. why you couldn't?
Because you fucking love JJ Reddick.
Nah, he's cool. He's solid.
Yeah, but you and ESPN shoving him down my throat. I'm just getting kind of tired of him.
Well, you're gonna get a lot of him during the NBA season, brother. I'm letting you know right now. You're gonna get a lot of RJ, which I don't particularly like him doing games, but
no, I mean I get the home telecast on it.
That's true. Oh, you're only watching Laker games? That's it? No Houston Rockets? And you're not watching no Houston Rockets this year?
I like Jalen Green, but I don't know if I like one.
Hey man, he's a little sussy. They a little zesty over there right now.
Hey man, let them be zesty. All right, positives. This is a good one. Shout out to so number 4 on the not list. Shout out to Men's Health celebrating the 50th year of hip hop. With the cover and a whole fucking spread of on the cover. So they have Busta Rhymes, Method Man, 50 Cent, and also in the I don't know
Ludacris, Common, and Wiz.
Ludacris, Common, and Lil Wiz, and then Wiz Khalifa. I thought that was hard. I'm a frequent buyer of Men's Health books, not all the time, but occasionally I'll if I'm in the grocery store, I'll pick one up. So this is definitely one when I go in the grocery store, I'm copping this one. But I definitely thought this was fly. I already know. I think Fifth has already been. No, yeah, Fifth has already been on the Men's Health cover before,
Yeah.
and I think a couple of them haven't been on there before.
Ludacris
has been on there for sure because I have that one.
I think it might be only Fifth, Luda, and Meth. I think Method Man was it on it in recent times since he's been really working out.
Yeah, right.
I think so.
Yeah, so I think that's fly.
Shit, I don't. It's crazy because Busta Rhymes should have been on it like in the early 2000s when he was
cock diesel, just walk around like that, huh? All right, so I'm gonna get a little. Did y'all? So number 5 on that list. Did y'all see Dame Dash's recent comments about him and he said him and Jay-Z were competing for Aaliyah.
I've heard this story come up
multiple
before,
times.
but
my question for y'all is, why does this old nigga want to bring up this shit? Well, he can't keep Jay-Z and Aaliyah's name out of his mouth when he does interviews. This is the only stuff he can talk about.
Well, it's like Irv and Ja always feeling like the 50 Cent conversation and Ashanti.
Well, he gets asked those. I understand that, but it's like, why you got to bring up the fact that you and Jay were competing for Aaliyah when we all know what was going down with that?
Look, man, if I would have had it my way as a kid, the rapper that I thought she was gonna to be with was DMX.
DMX, yeah.
Yeah, that's just me. But he was just probably way too street and crazy for her at the time. But that was the one that I thought she would have went with just because their chemistry was so good, especially in those Romeo Must Die songs that they had. Like I always thought that I was like, oh yeah, DMX might be taking that one home.
That was prime DMX cocaine era. That was
Yeah,
he,
for sure.
that was prime DMX cocaine.
Yeah, he was a cowboy.
Oh man. Speaking of Cowboys, hey Rell, how do you feel about that? Was that defensive end that said he doesn't like football? He just likes hitting people? How do you feel about that?
Mozzie a dog.
How did you feel about that though?
I love that. I
No,
love
okay.
that.
All right. So he was like, I don't even like football for real.
He just want to hit
I just
somebody.
like
Got it.
hitting people.
Yeah.
Got it,
He just
dog.
want
Got
to
it.
let his anger out. So hey, Mike has said the
Yeah,
same
that's
thing.
that's CTE walking, baby.
Got it. All right. I had this one on that list to go with our next topic. So we can just transition to our next topic. But so number 6 on the not list and the final one of the not list. I was gonna bring up Dwight Howard, but I'm gonna let that one ride. Just push that one to the side. Jarrell, you were right. So on X, formerly known as Twitter, a couple of days ago, Javante Davis was in a Twitter space or an X space, but I don't know what the fuck it's called now. A space. He
MySpace.
was on there talking about
if you want to just if you want to just want to know he said what he means by the Dwight Howard thing, like the next time you go to the store and you say you normally eat like regular
Google.
sauce.
If you care about what I said about Dwight Howard, use your Googles. We don't again just Google.
They just say Dwight Howard is trying the impossible sausage of his life. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and so you know how we do it, but it's a double entendre because you get it because I'm in for groceries.
Real, no, we got it. We got it.
Wow.
We got it, dog.
No, stop
It's not
this
funny
man.
if you have to explain your joke. Anyway.
Stop this man.
Anyway.
I had to pull that one out.
If you care to know, Google Dwight Howard. Google it. We're not gonna talk about it at length here. Javante Davis was in a Twitter space talking about how he would beat Terrence Crawford. Obviously, he said he beat him 6 rounds. So this just goes into our topic, obviously, about the fight. So before we get into that topic, because I do want to touch on that very briefly, because I don't think there's nothing to talk about as far as there. Clips, we can start with you. The fight, man. So Spence versus Crawford. What'd you think? Where did you watch it? Did it go? So well, before I get to you, I'm gonna give Jarrell's flowers because I did it on the phone. I'm gonna do it on the pod too. So for those who listened to last week's pod, Jarrell, and Jarrell, you can talk about how much money you won if you choose to talk about how much money you won. That's your decision. I'm gonna just talk about how much. I'm gonna just say that you cashed out. My boy cashed out. Jarrell came in here when we did it on the not list, talking about who would win the Spence Crawford fight, and he was talking slick, and he was definitive. He left no wiggle room at all. He was like, I don't even think this is a fight, really. I will say I'll give Jarrell a little. He said it'd be a decision. He did say that. He said it'd be a decision. He said it'd be a decision, and then Crawford will win. And it was not. It was anything but. But yeah, Rell, I'm gonna give you your flowers. You definitely picked it. So actually, I should let you go first. So do your victory lap. You picked the fight. Go ahead, dog.
I just want to say, shout out to both fighters for putting on the show. I just it was boxing needed this for the life of boxing.
For sure.
So I mean, but overall, I don't certain fighters I watched throughout their career, and I've been following Bud a while, and since Spence came back from his car accident, unfortunately, I just haven't seen the same guy anymore. I didn't like him in the Ugas fight. He got stung. And then I just thought I was just sold on my man Bud Crawford. Then he came out with Eminem. Shout out to Eminem. I was like, oh yeah. And he came out. Earl Spence came out with 1 million niggas. Bud came out with just one person. And I said, you know what?
There was more people there.
When you got a man in between what he wants, you ain't gonna do shit to stop him. And he whipped that man's ass on TV. And he whipped that. And then he told Charlo in the third row, your ass is next. Lace up, because I'm gonna have some more licks for you next. I just want to say shout out to Bud Crawford. You're the best power fighter in the game right now. I want to see Bud versus Canelo at 153. Maybe Canelo even come back down to 147. Because I know he did it with Floyd. Maybe for a super fight, he comes down to 147. But we go to 153. Bud and Canelo at 153. I don't know. Bud may be too small for Canelo, but I don't know. But Bud is different, man.
I watched him on Ebro in the morning. He literally said he would not go up to that weight class. He said, I'm about to be 38 in September or something like that, right? He's about to be 38.
Bud said that?
Yeah.
He said he won't go up to 153?
He said he's not going up to 153 to fight Canelo. He said it on Ebro in the morning. He said he would not go up to that weight class. He said,
isn't he about to go up to 151 or something like that to go fight Charlo or something? Because Charlo's about to fight Canelo, and he wants to fight Charlo after that.
Why are you acting so upset like somebody just stepped on your puppy? I'm telling you what he said. He said on Ebro in the morning.
Because he has to go up to fight Charlo. He can't. He has to go up to fight Charlo.
All I know, that man said, he was like, I already know where I'm at. He was like, this is
he has nobody else to beat at 147. He's damn sure not about to fight Gervonta Davis.
I know. Clips, please go ahead. How'd you enjoy the fight? What'd you think?
Look, bro. Well, I enjoyed the fight in the complex of my apartment. I had the UFC fights going at the same time. I had the boxing going, so everything it was up in this space over here. I was looking like B-dubs, if you will. But
with them basic ass wings at B-dubs, keep going though.
Hey man, I said I was looking like there's a lot of TVs.
Okay, that's cool. I'm just talking about the wings. Them some basic ass wings at B-dubs, dog. Keep going though.
Hey B-dubs, if you want to sponsor us,
we don't even want it. We don't want it. Buffalo Wild Wings over here. If we gonna go that route, I mean, Wingstop. I'm sorry, Wingstop over here. If we doing that.
Anywho, it was a master class, bro.
Yeah,
I've not to be like I've seen two premier like in their prime fighters really get busy, because this is again like Rell mentioned, this is something that boxing has needed, because boxing has been overtaken by UFC. Like UFC was like, oh, y'all having a fight, we're gonna drop our shit on the same night. Like boxing has been getting beat down in numbers. Now we're starting to the guys who need to fight each other and the big fights are happening. Like Tank and Ryan happened. I thought it was great. But if you want to talk about a fight that two guys who I really thought it was gonna go the distance and they were gonna rip each other apart.
Yeah, so before the fight, you thought Spence, or you thought it was just gonna go the distance?
I thought it was gonna go the distance, and I thought it was gonna be decision by Crawford. I thought he was gonna edge him just a bit, just because that southpaw changing, I think is difficult for Spence. I didn't realize that it was gonna be that difficult for this kid, bro.
I never seen somebody go into round one, go into the corner and download what just happened in round one and then put it into action in round two so fast.
Bro,
it was just, speaking of AI, it was some computer shit. After round one, he sat in that corner and he downloaded what just happened and was like, oh, okay, I just solved this.
Bro, it was like a Rubik's Cube, man. It was, he went in there, and I think Bud understood that he had an actual game plan for the fight, and Earl Spence was like, I'm gonna catch him with the one I'm waiting to catch him with. And when you catch somebody in real life versus we talking all that shit, and now you finally catch him, the moment of truth happens. And I think Spence had a moment of truth because he had no answer for Crawford.
None.
Any of the combos, any of the counters, he just had nothing. And I've never watched him get steamrolled, and he literally was fighting backwards. And I think they talk about a lot of great fighters who had to fight backwards, and that's why they lost. Like when Mike Tyson was fighting backwards was the times that we watched him lose. But anybody else in front of him, when he's going forward, he's a dog.
Yeah.
And there was no way for him to go forward on Crawford, because Crawford said, I'm a box with you going backwards. I'm a box with you going forwards. I'm a box with you left. I'm a box with you right. Like He just proved to everybody that if you've never put me on the A side, like on the bet, you should have done it. Like, and that's why he called out Charlo. And I
Yeah.
think he does Charlo the same way. I think Charlo beats Canelo, and I think Crawford does him the same way.
Charlo's gonna lose
That's
to
my
Canelo.
opinion.
Charlo's gonna lose to Canelo.
You think so? I don't.
Charlo's not. He's not built like that. He's not built for tough. He's not. He don't have the Charlo. Another weak jaw, another frail jaw. Canelo gonna
Yeah,
test
but
him.
Canelo also that last outing that we seen him when that young kid beat that nigga down.
But he went up to heavyweight. He went up to fucking heavyweight.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I would just say this. I would just say this on the last round of the fight is that I just think overall, like the speed that Bud was moving and possessing it was like he was moving. Like the fact that Errol Spence gonna say some fuck shit like I want a rematch. No. Anybody in man, no, that's it, Earl.
He has a clause. He has a clause.
Cancel it.
It's like Deontay Wilder trying to get fucking Fury.
Yeah,
it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
cancel that.
Spence has a clause though, but
they can fight this fight 20 times. He's never beaten Earl. He's never beaten Bud. He's never beaten. There's no scenario with which he can beat Bud. It's just some people are just too fast for you. That's why I think Bud fights Charlo after Charlo loses to Canelo, and then he cashes out with Canelo at 100 for $100 million fight in Vegas at 154. Man, I'm telling you, he's gonna do it. That's the fight. He has to fight Canelo. It's gonna happen because he'll never fight Tank.
Okay.
Tell me what the man said. I watched the interview.
I've been looking for this clip and I still haven't found it.
It's on Ebro. It's not a clip. He was interviewed by Ebro.
But I didn't even. But I've been googling like anything. I haven't found it.
Rell, do you think if Crawford and Canelo get it on, that Crawford is able to best Canelo? Because I think that Crawford is able to best Canelo.
If it's at 154, yes. If it's at 154, yes.
So if they go pretty much at walking weight, you think that
walking weight, Crawford, no catch weight, no none of this shit we got to cut on the day of, none of this goofy extra shit that they had.
No draining.
No draining, none of that shit. If it's at a dead 154, we both walk in because Canelo has gone out of one fight one at 147, like when he fought Floyd. So if it's at a 154, I'm telling you, Bud whooping his ass, and he whooping his ass good too because he's faster.
Oh, for sure. Oh, we on the same page.
All right, so I just want to say this. Obviously, you guys are much more well versed in boxing than I do. I enjoyed the fight. I told Rell the story that. How I enjoyed the fight. So Rell did what he was supposed to do, which was he sent that link. And then me in anticipation of said link. So Saturday I had my phone on the charger because I was like, Drell's gonna send this link. So I ran my daughter around, got her tired, filled her with food, changed her, and the mama wanted to go lay down about 7:00. So I went in my daughter's room, chilled, and I was like, all right, my phone's 100%. Drell sent the link, I'm good. Then I got a call from my mom's, said, come over and watch the fight with us. And I was like, my daughter just took a shower, took a bath. She's all settled in. I don't know if I should do that. But then I just said, fuck it, ended up going. And it was the right call. So then I had to blast. But this is when, I'm going to tell you, so as of right now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care about copyrights on this episode. So this is when they lost. This is when Spence lost the fight. This is when he lost the fight.
I can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
Some lose yourself. I can hear it.
Oh, when Eminem came through?
That's when he lost the fight. When you heard those chords, look. When that song comes on, I don't know about y'all. We all work out here. When that song comes on, it makes you push you through your sets. I don't know about y'all. It makes you, whatever set you was on, you can do 3 more when that song comes on.
I feel it. And niggas be sleeping on M, but keep going.
By the time Mom Spaghetti was going on, it was over for him. Like, it was just window dressing.
And to make it worse, bro, M did an intro and said, "Hey, you looking at the next undisputed pound for pound champion of the world?" M walked with him. M didn't even rap. Like when he did that,
Yeah,
I was like, "Yo."
yeah. And
It
then
was it was fun.
and he got him off of a post too. That's another thing I watch when I watch Evo. He got him off
Yeah,
a
on Twitter
post.
they posted, yeah.
Yeah, he posted. He got M off because M was already going to the fight anyway. And Crawford was looking for a song. This is what he said, his words. He was like, I was looking for a song. He was like, I didn't know what song I was going to use. And he was like, I know this fight is monumental. He was like, so what song do you want to come out to? He was like, oh, shit, I want to see if we can get Eminem. So just
Let me
by
ask you
He
this,
probably
Kev.
could get
DM,
the bag for the performance, but he probably could do
M don't go outside. He don't leave Detroit. He be in Michigan chilling.
He's always an outside,
bro.
Come on.
So M to take the PJ, because you know it was a PJ, to take the PJ up here to Vegas. Man.
Look, let me ask you this.
What?
What other labeled GOAT rappers could a boxer get to walk them down to the ring?
Well, I'll tell you one. If you come out with somebody in Pooh Shiesty's crew, you setting yourself up for a loss.
For why?
Oh, Chuck's is not goated. I said labeled goated rapper.
No, I'm making a reference to who Spence came out to, because I didn't know who Big Dude was until I found out he was.
That was Pooh Shiesty?
He was no, he was a part of. He's apparently a rapper. That
first off, Pooh Shiesty's in jail, and we need the free Pooh Shiesty.
Stop it! No, we don't need the free Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah, we need the free.
Whatever Pooh Shiesty did, he did that shit.
No, he didn't do it. He didn't.
He did that shit.
He did that shit.
But no, if Pooh Shiesty was out coming out to Back in Blood would be the shit though. But he's not out, so.
Drake coming out to God's Plan.
I mean, that'd be tough to answer your question.
Next.
The what?
He said next.
Oh, I was saying next.
Oh, okay.
Next to that. Ain't no goddamn rapper coming out to, or no boxer coming out to fucking God's Plan.
Yeah, no.
Are you kidding me? With Drake coming,
it's not that far off. I mean, rap boxers love Drake.
That's a good question. Like, if you were a boxer,
man.
What song?
Do I think I have a chance?
I mean, there's some 50 Cent songs. Mini Man is probably. Has anybody came out to Mini Man? I'm sure somebody has.
If somebody comes out with 50 to Mini Man, bro, that shit is gonna be bonkers. Like Nick,
that's one.
I'm gassed up.
That's one right there.
Bro, what up, gangster?
Yeah.
If I was a boxer,
Fifth got a couple.
Performing that.
Fifth got a couple. If he like, yeah.
Heat. If somebody came out to Heat.
Yeah. Fifth got a couple.
And speaking of 50, I'm going to 50's concert when he pulls up to Irvine, so I'm gonna be there. I'm excited for that. Sidebar.
When is that?
September 1st in Irvine.
I'll probably be on Cali that weekend. I might be there.
Yeah, I'd say right now tickets are on the cheaper side in Irvine than they are at the Crypto.
Mm-hmm.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Does anybody have anything else to say about the fight before we get up out of here? Surprised that he tripped in round 2. I like how Spence,
he got knocked down 3 times.
I know.
After knocked down,
we're talking about a fighter that never hit the canvas before. So wasn't we surprised that he hit the canvas in the second round after he got the down? Crawford got the download with his fucking fishnet shorts and his fishnet on the side when he came out. Like he's
a fisherman.
Look like Bubblegum Shrimp Company.
He said he was there to catch something.
But yeah, hell of a fight. Congratulations to all parties involved. I know they cashed out. Spence didn't take any excuses. Like I said, the media was trying to do what Jarrell was saying about the accident, but he had 2 fights prior. One where he looked okay, and then one where he looked awesome. So I think and to be honest with you, if they have a 2, which I'm with Rell, it's probably, I think,
don't do that.
Where it's going to be the same outcome, but don't act like we're not going to watch if there's a 2. Don't even kid
Hey,
yourself.
Crawford said the same thing. He said if they were to run it back, he feels like the same type of support and the same energy would show up for the second
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
So,
And then in that one, people will be rooting for Spence because then they'll want a trilogy because that's just how it goes.
nah, bruh, Crawford ain't gonna let that shit happen.
I agree, but I'm
He
just
really
saying if it happens, people would be rooting for Spence for the sake of the trilogy because of the story.
and I don't want to see Spence get knocked out because I feel like that's in that second fight. It's gonna be like Deontay Wilder and Fury. Like, yeah, my man gonna knock him out, and it's gonna Well, don't do it.
All right,
Spence. Don't do.
one more parting shot. How'd you feel about Crawford and I don't know if that was his mom or his lady twerking in on the in the ring right after you fucking won, doing doing the
Well,
Tootsie
she.
I
Roll,
switched to UFC
doing the
right
Tootsie Roll and
afterwards.
shit.
I missed it, so I switched. I missed
Oh
all the
wow.
post fight.
Yeah.
As soon as that fight ended, I switched to Poirier Gaethje because I had money on
All
that.
right, well.
Yeah, because Gaethje went for the fucking kill, boy.
Because Sweet Chin Music.
My man. And I think his knockout was better than Leon Edwards. I ain't gonna hold you.
The
All right, so
Usman, that was more shocking because Leon was losing that fight.
Yes, but Gaethje was setting it up like he was setting that knockout up the entire fight. Leon just threw a Hail Mary because my man was getting feet and paws put on him. Like it's I don't know what to tell you.
he put them paws on him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, bro.
Yeah.
All right,
So,
so
anyways,
let's get to what many believe is one of the I mean I don't know if people think it's the most hype album of the year, but I would say so. The as
8 months in, it's the most hype album of the year.
yeah. um it the amount of press and amount of pressure canceled Pyramid concert that was supposed to happen.
The canceled
Um
pyramid. That's crazy.
By the way, the pyramid, y'all fucked up. I think this would have been slapping of you to put this by a fucking camel in the pyramid in Egypt, but I get it. Y'all don't want his demonic shit. I get it. Yeah, I think Travis delivered. I'm gonna just give you guys my 2 cents off rip, and then Clips you can go. I think Travis delivered. Um, I this album sounds expensive as hell. You can tell it took years to make. Clips, let me ask you a question real quick before I go on. What do you think of the? Because I know that I think there's another artist that does this, but I could be wrong. What do you think of the trend of Travis on all of his albums not putting who's featured on the album and making
They've
people
been doing
go
that
through?
shit for a while.
I know that's
Oh yeah,
I'm
that's
but
actually
you have to be this caliber artist to do this. Like Drake doesn't do this.
Beyonce, Kanye does it.
Yeah, like you have to be
well.
this caliber of artist to do this shit.
I think though too, it's they do it, and and correct me if I'm wrong, internet. I know a lot of people listen to this podcast, and some of them gonna be like, "This nigga's wrong." But I think a lot of times before they do it as clearances are happening. So then when clearances are happening or negotiations with people, whatever split gonna be, then they'll release that secondary, right?
Mm,
Because a lot of times I've seen where people will not put all those features and stuff, and then a song will get taken off of the album,
mm-hmm.
and then we'll be left with, and then that's when we'll get the featured thing. But I mean, I knew about the feature on my Spotify. All the features were there, so I
Really?
never was dark. Yeah, I was
On
never in the
Apple,
dark
yeah,
on.
on Apple it's not. It's not. It's still not that way. If I'm sure.
Oh yeah, on Spotify I have all of the
Oh yeah.
features.
Well, now they're here. Okay.
Oh no, on the drop, I had every feature for every song.
Okay. Well, me, yeah. Now it doesn't make sense, but yeah. Originally, it wasn't like this. They just had the names of the songs, and if you don't follow whatever, like you had to like listen to the songs in order to hear which artist you wanted to. Which again, can depending on who you fuck with and who depending on what caliber artist it is, it can be annoying. But I think it's fly when it's a caliber artist like Travis who literally can pull anybody. Um, to be on this album. So yeah, Clips, what'd you think about the album? If you want to rate it out of, I know Hot New Hip Hop does out of 5, so let's do out of 5. What'd you think out of 5?
Okay, out of 5, fuck, this is tough because I do like Travis, and I have other albums that I think I would put in front of this album for me
Yeah.
personally. So I would think out of 5, I'm gonna give him a 3.5
Mhm.
out of 5. Because for me as a listener, I feel like there's 19 songs. So the first 10 songs don't do it for me in the way that I wanted it to. But
I agree with
from
that. Besides
20,
Modern Jam, I think Modern Jam is hard.
dude, bruh,
All these
the
beats
song
are
that he
hard
has
though, for the most part.
the song he has with West Side Gun is fucking
That one's
phenomenal.
tough.
I
That one's
love
tough.
that song.
That one's tough.
Bro, and I'm not even like a huge like Young Thug fan, but Schizo is
Same.
a
What?
great fucking song.
Yeah.
I'm not a
What'd you
huge Thug
say?
fan.
I'm not a Thug fan either. Clips, continue.
But for me,
Bro, he mad at the stupidest things.
the album for sure starts for me as a fan at Twintopia Down. So that'd be the last 9
Twin
songs.
bitches. Twin. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think from there down, I'm like, yo, this shit is
Damn, so you
really
skipping
good.
Meltdown, huh? Damn. Oh, Pharrell's your man, huh? Pharrell's your man? Pharrell's your man.
Boy, don't play me.
Pharrell's your man. Oh, okay. I
Pharrell's is
see you
my
picking
man.
sides. You
And
picking
hey,
sides. I got you. Got you.
I'm not choosy. I think that the song's not great. And I'm not choosy
Got you.
because it doesn't matter if that's my man or not.
That's
Drake
your
already got
man's.
washed by Push. Push already washed him. So Pharrell doesn't need to do anything except be happy. but
Yeah,
but
that
anyways,
was
yeah,
kind of
no,
that
but
was lame.
yeah, I thought it was
I thought that the whole diss shit down was like that shit lame, bro. Like that shit's passed down. And if you don't really diss him on for my dogs, Drake, then shut the fuck up about it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think
Like,
he is. I think this was cereal before lunch and dinner before
but
all my dogs.
overall on the track, first off, I just want to say to you, Clips, I'm disappointed in you. You said you don't like Young Thug. I think you need to go back and listen to the Barter Six. It is incredible. If
That's
we not
that's
get
that is
and,
that
and
is
listen to
Pharrell's
this
line.
and listen to this when you listen to Barter Six. We not getting no more of those.
because he's behind Barter 6.
That's gonna be and that's funny. That's crazy. That's crazy. A black man being locked up brings y'all entertainment. I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see it.
Did he do that shit?
Hell no. YSL just a fucking record label. I told you this.
That's not what everybody said, dog.
Dog,
That's not what Gunna said.
That's not what Gunna said, dog.
My cousin in Atlanta told me he thought YSL was a check cashing place, bro. So that's lets you know YSL not even that deep. So Judge,
It's not even that deep.
Rell would allow gang members and people that are responsible for organized crime run the streets if they can put out good music.
That's how you did it for fucking 70 years, and they call them and they made movies after them.
Oh,
you know.
man.
We do it. We do it. They hit us with life sentences and RICO charges. Anyways, all I'm gonna say is on this album is when I first listened to this finally we got a chance to process the music on this. First thing I thought of is
Here we come. I already know what's coming.
Was the Yeezus album.
Here it comes.
Because the sounds he was doing, the two sounds, the layer sounds, the layer production. The woofy this is a certain sound like that they make, and I think only Mike Dean does it, and I know he does it because Mike Dean.
Where some of the sounds sounded like Sonic levels, like Yeezus did.
I mean, not as
yes, there was some whoops.
Yeah, a couple tracks. I mean, I really like that West Side.
Sound like Mario.
Track. That
David
I would say
Princess?
this. I would say this. My favorite track. I was shocked by that Beyonce feature. That Beyonce feature, and I was like, whoa.
I didn't think I was gonna like that song because I don't. It's too loud. I'm not the biggest Beyonce person.
Whoa.
But I said it on the low. And that means that nobody
Virgo
heard it.
season 2, nigga. You better watch your mouth, nigga. We all.
Nobody heard it.
Hey man,
But
hey, bro.
that song, I was like, shit, okay, B. Um, question. So you guys are firmly saying you guys don't like Meltdown. You guys clips, you're just not a fan of it. You don't like his flow on Meltdown, Drake's flow on Meltdown.
Who's Flo?
Drake's. Travis relatively stays in the same pocket for the most part. I mean, obviously, Rell. This is Rell's favorite thing. I mean, nobody's going to Travis for introspective bars and lines. Like people are going for
Absolutely
Travis
not.
for the vibes and
I
the
want the
beats and
any.
production. Yeah, like nobody. He's
Yeah,
Travis. Like when he raps, he stays in the same pocket. It's real. I don't want to name any rappers, and but he stays in the same pocket for the most part.
It's real hop on popish, you know.
I don't know, sure, but he stays in the same pocket.
He raps like the Cat in the Hat, where it's simple. It's just high, top.
I wouldn't give him Cat in the Hat. Birdman is more Cat in the Hat
niggas.
to me, but
He has great production, and he says yeah at the right times.
he, there wasn't a lot of yeah on this album like that. Real? There was. I think there's only like one song where he does the yeah thing a whole bunch.
It's the
Um,
straight up, yeah.
yeah,
My only issue with Travis, and this is I've always said this, is that I just don't like the fact that you can mosh to the music. I don't like that.
I'm not, like I said, we said on the last pod, we're not the biggest Travis guys, but he has not missed on the album to me yet, even though like I don't necessarily like them like that. But Modern Jam, I didn't know that. So the guy that did Modern Jam, did y'all know that Chorizo is the guy that is the
Touchdown.
Daft Punk guy?
Mm-hmm.
That's the dude that does Daft Punk. That's freaking tough,
Well, you
and
said
now it makes
Tizo
sense when you hear
touchdown.
it, huh?
You said Tizo touchdown.
Yeah,
Yeah, he cool. He got this song called "Careful." Listen to it.
it's
Shameless
hard.
plug.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and
I
he's
mean,
on Tyler's album too.
I think. Oh, and then we didn't even talk about Telekinesis with SZA and Future. I think that's my favorite song on this album. I mean,
Because
it had
Future's
to be
on it.
SZA. It had to be SZA. It had to be.
It's because Future's on
No, no, but because this is
it. It's because Future's on it.
on.
All right. Don't say anything. Future is on that song. All right, and that's all that matters.
But I think
All my all my loyal fans out there to Future, just know
it's
I'm
because
here
Future's
with you.
on there. I think he did a hell of a job. I think this is gonna age well. I think you're gonna hear this. You're gonna hear these beats and hear these songs outside for a minute, and I think, um,
Again, and I say this to echo what Rell said. This is going to be for him his Yeezus album,
yeah,
and it's going to be production wise.
one of his best.
It's going to look and feel ahead of a curve that has not been yet established.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, he's going to get a lot of like some of this shit was whack, but then when you see it a lot that further down the line and people doing it and replicating it,
Yeah.
that's gonna be what Travis will enjoy about the album later on. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, for me, the latter half of that album is where I feel like it really started, and then the upper parts of it was like I was in a void of space, a pocket dimension listening to it because I was like, whoa, what's going on? It wasn't, I don't know, it just didn't feel all the way cohesive until the last 9 songs. That's just my opinion.
Got you.
And
I mean, but
he's
sometimes
reached. Yeah, what's up?
I would say sometimes music got. I mean, honestly, I hate to say this, but I don't like this album. What I'm about to say, but like honestly, never mid. Like like I fucking despised that album when I heard that shit, and I was like, honestly, never mid.
Oh,
Um,
honestly,
um,
never mind. Keep going.
um, I fucking
Never mid.
despised that album when it first came out. But I was at a pool party a couple weeks ago, and that shit was rocking. I don't wanna
The whole
know.
album or the song that everybody likes.
He was playing a lot of it, whatever his DJ was doing. For some reason, he was playing whole verses too. 3 verses as a DJ. I'm like, who the fuck is this DJ? He's from the 80s? But I'm just saying, so sometimes albums and music grow on you because he played a lot of that Drake album, and I was like, fuck, this sounds good at a party, but never when I'm by myself high.
and
And
that's your
and
litmus
that's very
test.
much
That's the litmus test.
Yeah, when I like music when I'm high,
Yeah.
Also, when you like
Litmus test is
movies,
you got to be lit to like it.
that's if that's the
Litmus.
real way. That's the real way. All right. So expectations before we get out of here. What do you guys expect, and what do you guys want from All My Dogs in 2 weeks? What do you guys expect?
Rap. Just fucking rap, Drake. Don't sing.
Bring Quentin back.
Real, but
Bring
see,
Quentin back.
he can't do that, Real, because Drake's not just ours. Rap. See, we do this in hip hop. Drake is not just ours. He belongs to a whole bunch of genres now.
But he can. Drake know what he be doing when you can give a little bit on the hook, sprinkle it for
I think it's gonna be a lot of rap,
and then give the dudes what they want.
I think he's gonna try.
I think it's gonna be a lot of rap,
think,
but it's not gonna like.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because Rescue Me gonna be on that motherfucking album.
Which is that's the worst
that's on the
Drake
album.
song ever. And people go to the fucking concerts and they sing.
Have you heard the song with him and Michael Jackson?
First off,
which one?
why you even bring that up? Why did you bring that
up? That's an AI mic. That's an AI mic.
That is AI mic is crazy.
It don't matter to me.
I wouldn't even say that was a mic feature, bro. No, Search and Destroy is by far Drake's worst song. And when they play that at the concert, I'm walking the fuck out. Like I'm like,
going to the concert.
What song?
Yeah, Seek and Destroy. Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah,
there's worse Drake songs, but I feel you.
No. Seek and Destroy is the worst one. It's the worst one. Search and Rescue.
Yeah,
I mean the bar is really high for Drake, but I feel you. I think we're gonna get. I think we're gonna get a lot of rap. I think we're gonna get.
Bars at the high.
We're gonna get some attempted rapping.
Bar can look us in the eye, honestly. It's like right there, his eye level with us.
I want to just say this. I want to drop this at the end of the pod, but there's been slight rumors, that there is a J. Cole feature on this album.
Ooh, what the fucking do?
I don't think so.
There's rumors.
I don't think so.
Look, bro.
I don't know.
All I gotta say
rumors is that there's a J. Cole and Drake song that is not in the morning.
All these years.
They got they got Jodeci's back too, right? If you count that.
I don't count any of that shit because
you don't count Jodeci's back.
No, it's like LeBron versus Kobe. We just never gonna get it, bro.
Well, I'll say this. With all the speculations of whether or not Aubrey is going to perform, I think the biggest thing for me is he can't get Eminem. When I say get Eminem, have poor beat selection. I think this album
does a good job of beats.
It's
his batting average is really high. There you go.
All right, and what has to happen though? Because he's been talking his shit, saying niggas don't think I can rap anymore, and he's trying to be putting his foot on the throats of the game. Then that means when I expect him to have a control verse for the whole entire rap game. If he doesn't do that, then I don't want to hear any more sub dissing or getting into low level beefs. Like he's in a beef with fucking Elliot Wilson.
Well, that's because Elliot. I mean, Elliot did some sly shit, which I mean, I'm with him too.
That nigga, just don't give that nigga the energy. Ignore him like come on, bro. My thing is
no, but what Elliot said is real though. Like Drake's been doing weird interviews. He doesn't want to give anybody the culture any more interviews, and I like Drake, but like him going to do that interview with that girl Bobby, who is probably
the most cringiest shit, bro. It's so scary.
Yeah, she has that dry humor. It's like it's the weirdest shit. I agree. It's the weirdest.
Yeah, it's scary, bro. It's scary because honestly, I'm like, this nigga about to catch a case. I didn't know how old she was. Like everything about it. The scene was set
interview
up
was in the bed. It was just strange. But I'm with Elliot in that aspect because it's like the last interview, legit interview you gave was the one that you gave him, the Rap Radar one, which was actually good.
At his house, and nigga was crying about
again, you had to go all to his house in Toronto to get it. But yeah. I digress.
Factual,
All right, so
factual.
we lost Rell. Clips, appreciate you coming on and dropping your knowledge and telling us that you cool off Drake fake beef with Pharrell.
100%. Shout out to Pusha.
Shout out to Puss. Shout out to Jesse, and thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys. For those who made it this far, we really fuck with you. Thank you. For Clips and for me, Kev, we're those Minos, and we're out.